Welcome to the Finallyherd podcast, where it is attractive to be authentic. I'm your girl E.
And I'm Bree.
And here you can find your herd of people who have been labeled or personally identified with being the black sheep of their families or friend groups. This is the place where you can be finally here, finally happy, and finally heard. Welcome to episode 5.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you for coming back and joining us. And for those who have not, run it back.
Go back.
Go back.
Listen.
You got to go listen to the
All
other
of
4.
them.
Okay.
So welcome to our new setup.
Right. How do you like?
We need y'all to put it in the comments.
Yeah, we do. We need y'all feedback.
Yeah.
We trying some new stuff here.
Because we got feedback on the last 4.
Yeah.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we needed to sit up.
Yeah.
We needed more lighting.
No mom pouches.
Yeah.
We need makeup, but I'm not. I'm not about to do it. You get a good lash though. I did these myself.
Come on, lash.
Okay, Amazon, y'all. Shout out Amazon.
So, yeah. We're sitting up with our shoulders back.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
If y'all didn't know, my mom is an etiquette teacher.
And she's amazing.
And she does professional development. And she does etiquette training. And I forget the other thing.
She does everything.
Well, she does.
She does. She's
social skills. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh.
Yep. So if you need any of that for yourself or your children, you can call her. We'll leave her information somewhere in this post.
Yeah.
So shout out to my mom, Cheryl.
Hey, Mom.
Hey. So we are going to change the format a little bit of the podcast just because we want to talk about more things quicker.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing one topic all the time, we want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff in one episode.
And do not pay me any attention. I am currently doing something at the moment, and you will find out what that something is.
So with that said, we are introducing segments. And we want your input as always. So leave a comment on if you think that if you like the segments or if you don't. If you don't, make sure your criticisms are constructive. And then if you have any suggestions for segments, we are more than willing and welcome to take that. Or if you like our segments and you don't like the titles of our segments, then feel free to change those too or offer suggestions, because just because you offered the suggestion doesn't mean that we're going to take it. But
or not.
We'll listen.
Or not.
Or we might take it.
And
if we do, we'll give you a shout out live on the podcast.
Like I'm about to do right now. So the reason why I was doing this is because we have a very dope intro. We have a very, very, very two talented people who helped us to make our intro. And I just have to shout them out because they did the work and they are awesome. And I really appreciate it. So I wanted to say thank you, Leroy Allen, for the intro.
Yay.
And Allen Pro Music. You can follow them on all social media. They do a great job. So thank you guys so much for coming through for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Rufus, for our website.
Absolutely.
All of those who have subscribed and those who have followed, just once again, pat yourself on the back. You guys are doing amazing. And just wanted to say that we love you and appreciate you.
Absolutely. And I am going to be extremely biased by saying I think our intro is probably one of the best intros in the game.
Okay, dope.
Super dope.
Hands down.
Because where you going to find... There's a lot of podcasts that don't even have intros.
Or merchandise.
Or merch.
Which y'all need to go on finallyherd.com.
Y'all know Mother's Day is coming up.
And we have mugs and journals and nice shirts and hoodies. We don't know what this Michigan weather is doing. 1 minute is hot, 1 minute is cold. We have blankets and all type of different things. Great gifts for great reasonable prices as well and good quality. So go to finallyherd.com and check out our inventory.
Absolutely.
Let us know for suggestions maybe that you will want to purchase that we don't have available. Think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because Mother's Day is coming
Mother's
up.
Day is coming, and you should get matching sets.
Why not? Take a picture, make it a memory.
Absolutely. And how about we'll do this? We'll feature you on our social media page. Take a picture of your merch and send it over to us. And we'll put you on our social media pages.
You don't get no better than that.
Boom.
Come on, y'all.
I just made that up right then.
And you did great. I like that. Good promo.
Yeah.
She did that. Okay.
Let's do that. All right. So today's episode 5 is called Ewe-nique Twist.
Ewe-nique
Twist. Because everything today is a twist.
Turn.
Welcome.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start off with the song in my head. This is for the neurodivergent people. Welcome. We love you. We appreciate you.
You are beautifully and wonderfully made.
Absolutely. And if you have not watched episode 1 and 2, this originates from the fact that I had no idea that other people's brains stop and mine doesn't. So there's always a soundtrack that's playing in my mind.
Yeah.
And today is Great Is Your Mercy by Donnie McClurkin.
Great is your mercy towards me.
Yep.
Your loving kindness towards me.
We're gonna get striked. Okay, so sorry. Yep. That's the song. That's the song in my head today. And
then also I think some people like me, I also didn't know that people's brains literally like shut down. See, mine, I don't always hear songs, but I'm constantly having like all of these conversations in my mind as well. And it just never stops. So if it's not songs and it's just a constant conversation or voices, you are not crazy. This is your community. Welcome. You are not alone. Like we felt during, like we talked about episode 1 and 2. So yeah, just wanted to let you know, sometimes it's not always songs.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah,
but she hears songs all the time.
It's music. It's absolutely conversations. It's narration. Like sometimes when because our favorite movie is Love and Basketball, which I watched the other day. And do you remember when she was playing and she was like, "Come on, my double up." Like that happens too when I'm doing something.
I've done that before too. Yeah.
Yep. Same thing. So
So we're gonna start our new segment off with what we call What the Flock.
What the flock?
What the flock? Mom, I know you don't like me using words that like represent curse words. So I'm gonna just apologize, and then I'm gonna say this after. I'm grown.
Oh,
don't spank me.
I cuss for real. So I don't have to make any apologies.
Now, what the flock?
This is the edited version of me.
And she's doing a great job on here, you guys.
Thank you
so I'm really proud of her. Really, really proud of her.
Yep.
So what is our What the Flock today?
So what the flock is, there was a post on social media. Dietrich Haddon used to have, he was a executive producer of a show a while ago called The Real Preachers of Hollywood.
I remember that.
And there was a lot of controversy based off the fact that it was just a reality show and it was preachers and people felt like they shouldn't put their pulpits on television and all that stuff. Well, for whatever reason, they did like a reunion check-in type thing. And they asked a question to one of the pastors and his wife or first lady. And I have it here. So I'm actually going to cue it up and have you guys listen to it really quick.
Shout out Detroit too, by the way. I love my city.
Absolutely.
LA. Yes. And both of you walk on the jet and there was only one first class seat and somebody had to go to coach, somebody had to sit in first. Okay. How would you arrange that? You asked me that? Yeah. If I was on a desert island and it wasn't nothing but a box of peanuts. No, I didn't ask you. Do you think I'm giving her a whole box of peanuts? You would go first class and put your wife in coach. She don't mind sitting coach. I do. I can't sit up there like sardines.
It's not whether she minds. It's inappropriate for a man to sit in first class and put his wife in the back.
Claustrophobia. That's not how Christ loved the church, man. No, that's not exemplifying Christ's love.
It's fine with me. We fly first class, but there are times when I buy the ticket. I'm the church administrator.
But if you both walk on the plane, do you feel like old school, like I'm going to let him take it? He's the pastor. He's the bishop. He goes up.
If we bought that
your mindset, there's nothing. Well, first of all, let me say, there's no judgment here. Forget them.
No.
There's no judgment. It's how
I'm judging. I'm for sure judging.
I'm not judging.
Okay, that's the clip.
So this clip was brought to my attention by my husband as we were grocery shopping. And I didn't get to hear the whole clip. This was the first time that I heard the whole clip.
Yeah.
What? The entire flock?
Yeah.
Because what do you mean? What do you mean?
So let's be clear. There are two different scenarios that are being presented. Okay. So let's give our take on both scenarios.
Let's do the last one first.
Okay.
So she ordered.
So the first scenario is he is preaching.
Right.
He has been called to go to minister somewhere.
Right.
He is going as the guest speaker.
Mm-hmm.
She is going as an administrator.
Right.
She booked the tickets.
Right.
They requested him, so he requires a first class ticket. But as an administrator, the church does not always pay for her to fly first class as an assistant.
Right.
Right. So they bought him a first class ticket. They bought her a coach ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, they bought me a first class ticket. I'm going first class. She's going coach because she's not flying as my wife. She's flying as the church administrator to the conference.
Right.
Or to the preaching engagement.
Right.
Your thoughts.
Also, he said, I'm claustrophobic.
That's also what he said.
That's what that man said.
Yes.
So right there, by you making that one comment, that changes the whole trajectory of what you were really saying, your intent and everything. Because now it's because of me, and I ain't trying to be back there because I don't like sitting that close to people. It has nothing to do with the ticket itself. Why is it that you couldn't upgrade the ticket so you and your wife can be one in first class?
Maybe he ain't had the money to upgrade the ticket. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I disagree with what he said, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Maybe he don't have the money.
Who is he? Do you know his name?
I don't recall his name.
Is he a?
But he is a well-known pastor that is based out of LA.
Say that one more time.
He is a well-known pastor that is based out of LA.
Interesting.
And he has a large church.
And I believe that this man of God took an offering that previous Sunday.
Yeah. And they have been married, I believe she said 31 years. But the conversation also speaks to this is what she has accepted for 31 years being his partner in ministry. And so if this is what she accepted, because in the beginning, maybe they didn't have no money. And then they never revisited how they did ministry together, then this is just what he's used to. Not to say that it's right, but people treat you the way they treat you because you allow them to.
True. But then also, if we are to, or men are to love their wives as Christ loved the church, I don't remember Christ ever riding anywhere or walking anywhere and asking for Gucci's instead of the pilgrim sandals he had on, or him making the disciples make him a cloak of many colors because he's Jesus and he is the Son of God. What he did was he washed his disciples' feet. He humbled himself so that other people could have the best and be the best.
Mhm.
So why aren't you doing that? You're not doing that because you are claustrophobic.
Right.
So your wife now has to deal with you not, or you her sitting in the back because you're claustrophobic, not because of the fact that this is how the church did it. They put me in first class and then they put her here because they're not going to pay for her first class ticket. It canceled that all the way out. It canceled it out.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's give the second scenario. The second scenario is, let's say they are Delta Sky Miles members, like we are, and we have a American Express card. And the American Express card gives one companion thing a year or whatever, where you can get a free companion ticket if you have a credit card with them, right? And you get a free upgrade with that companion ticket.
I'm so mad. I don't even think I gave I don't even think I explained everything right with my first response.
I know, but I know you're gonna hit it with the second one.
Okay.
So
what the fuck?
So let's say they're going on their anniversary trip, and they're using their companion ticket or whatever,
right?
And they get a free upgrade, but they only get one upgrade, because just because y'all on the same ticket don't mean both y'all seats get upgraded. That happens very often.
Interesting.
So let's say one seat gets, let's say his ticket get upgraded
and yours
to 1st
don't.
class, and her ticket does not. He's saying that tough titties, you got to go to the back of the bus, and he's going to take the 1st class seat. Now that one, there is no devil's advocate I can play for that.
It's not even one you can play for the first. There's no devil's advocate.
Well, the only reason I can play that for the first one is because the whole reason they're going on the trip is because of him.
He's gonna get there whether it's 1st class or whether it's coach.
Very true, but they bought him the ticket, so
he can't say, "Hey, my wife's back there."
He can.
That's exactly why he don't get a pass.
I'm not saying that it's right, but
and I'm claustrophobic, so I can't go back there anyway. So that means, so what you saying is, if they would have bought both of y'all coach tickets, then what would you have done?
Now that's a great question.
What would you have done?
He probably would have upgraded.
He would have upgraded his ticket.
Yeah.
Or he would have sent back and said, "Hey, I'm claustrophobic."
Well, the thing is that in order to book him, I'm sure it's in his booking package that says that in order to book him, that you have to buy a 1st class seat for him, or he won't come.
In order to book me and my wife. And segue, I like Toby. His name is Toby. I always get his name wrong. Ewe-nique. He, in his raps, he said all the time, if you don't got nowhere for me, my wife, and my kids to be at in this venue, I ain't coming. I ain't coming. You can cancel it. I'm done. Because we all ride as a package. He's not a preacher.
No, he's not. And he almost turned down a Grammy performance, as well as he was in a Transformers movie.
Yes.
And they did not have a trailer that was large enough for his children to be watched with his wife and like with their nanny. And he told them, if you cannot get me a larger trailer, then I'm going to have to decline the role.
And he is not a preacher. Let me just put that out there once again. He is not a preacher.
Yeah.
However, he is a man of God. He claims to be a man of God. His wife is a woman of God. She comes from a lineage, from my understanding, of prophetess and things like that. But he's not an overseer of a church. Right. So if that is in his package, why wouldn't it be in yours? If I'm going to travel and go anywhere, my wife, my right hand, my rib.
Yeah.
She has to fly with me, and we have to do 1st class because I cannot.
Because that wasn't built in the package when he started. I'm giving you the answer. I have worked for
Why
church,
though?
but because I have worked for churches for 10 years now, and when pastors are building their packages, a lot of times they're thinking about the church that's requesting them to come. And they don't want to be a burden on that church. And so they don't want to, like, the difference between a coach ticket and a first class ticket is almost $1,000 a ticket. And if y'all got 45 members, but y'all want me to come preach, I really want to come on the strength, but I can't afford to myself.
So we're looking at money versus biblical principles. Because if the Bible says,
oh, yeah,
to love your wife,
I see what you're saying,
as you love the church, and that church that you are going to visit isn't able to, don't want to, or whatever the issue is,
right?
What is that saying? What is that saying?
Well, what
the Bible says, love your wife as we love the church. That's the foundation.
Right.
So anytime before any package is put together, any deals are done, my wife is a package deal with me. I can't disconnect myself from the church. As a pastor, I can't.
Right.
The church is me. I am the church. I'm to love the church like Jesus loves the church, and I'm going to love my wife the same way. So we are a package deal. So when you are putting a package together,
right,
your wife is supposed to be involved in that package from the beginning.
Right. I hear you. You make some very good points.
Because what the flock? Have you completely lost it?
Yeah.
And then you're so bold and brazen to say, like, and proud.
Yeah.
How are you proud as a husband, as a pastor? That makes me as a member be like, dang, if he treat his wife like that.
Right. Now, I will say that now, at this stage of the game, now I can play devil's advocate as far as where they started and what the context of it was when at the beginning and was she allowed and all that stuff. But after 31 years of ministry, you have a mega church. You got the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces and the Benzes and whatever you pulling up to. Your church seats 5,000 members, and you have all of the things. There is no reason why your wife should be flying coach on any trip at any point in real life, let alone if she has to fly coach and then you have to fly first class. There should never be a separation.
And then the other part of the clip was that she's the helpmeet,
right?
So,
she got to sit in
the back
because it's her duty to do it. So now I understand like where your mind is at, but and not to excuse it, but
that's what she allowed.
But that's what a lot of what has been taught.
Yeah,
is that submission looks like you allow him to go first,
right,
and then you pull up the rear, and then he'll reach back and pull you up when he got time. And it's not until my husband and I talk about this all the time. It hasn't been until the last 15, 20 years that, in my opinion, husbands are really starting to get it, because even my father's generation, we say it like, oh, the old black man syndrome,
right?
Where it's just like, the wife is like a duty, and they have a specific like framework and role, and that's what
their role is in the house. Our job is to bring home the bacon,
exactly,
and that's where we draw the line. You don't cross my line, I ain't gonna cross your line.
Exactly. And even when it comes to the work of the marriage, there are very definitive roles, and the work isn't necessarily being done because the men were not supposed to have like emotional intelligence, and they weren't supposed to be involved with the children, and they weren't supposed to help out with the housework, and that kind of stuff that made marriages work better. You know what I'm saying? So I think a part of it is he just got old black man syndrome. And again, not an excuse.
That is her way of putting it.
But it's trash.
Old black man syndrome.
Yeah.
I question.
But how are you a pastor?
What ghost is governing you? Because it can't be the Holy Ghost.
But what are you teaching your parishioners at that point? Like, what are you teaching? What are you teaching your people? Because if that's what you believe in your home, then what's the next move? Like,
I would be, as a member, I would be hearing my pastor say something like that as a woman, and then as a woman of God, and then just how many contradictions he made in just that one little piece.
Yeah.
Now I'm questioning you on so many different levels.
And it's the excuses behind it.
Yes.
That brings up the pride of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even take the conversation that's happening in the room. And so because the conversation is getting too hot, now I have to start creating other excuses of, oh, I'm claustrophobic. You ain't,
you know good well you ain't claustrophobic.
You just
realize
that your initial statement wasn't being taken
the way you
thought it was gonna land.
Yeah.
And so then it was,
then you start the backpedal.
Right.
And see, what people don't realize, when you start the backpedal, that's just another way of say lie.
Yeah.
You're starting to lie. So now you're a liar, and you're showing millions of people in your congregation that you are a liar.
Yeah.
So what else have you lied about? What other stories have you told? What other testimonies have you told? Are you really taking my tithes and applying it? Or like, I got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like that alone, that's not okay.
But it's the interpretation of and we talked about marriage last week.
Yeah.
So,
go back.
But it's the interpretation of love your wives as Christ loved the church.
Yeah.
It's the interpretation of submit unto your husband, because I think I think people are kind of just interpreting it the way they want to, and they're trying to make like this round peg fit into this square hole into their lives, and they're like, see, it works for us. And it's like, no, I mean, some things should work for you. Like the way y'all manage money should work for y'all based off of who knows what, based off of who's good at what. But godly principles should not have to round peg square hole.
That's respect. Like, what type of respect do you really have for your wife? I mean, let's just say, like, we know 9/11 happened. We know that terrorism is real. Let's just go from that standpoint of things. If you're in first class and you put your wife in the back, you've now put her in danger. And you're not by her side. If you are a husband and a wife, you are one. And if we are in ministry, we are one. So while you're all the way up there and I'm back here, we could have been sitting side by side, hand in hand. When 2 or 3 are gathered together, 2 or 3, we could have been them 2 to pray that thing off. Or, just join together, because the purpose that we're on this plane is you're going to go minister to a congregation and people and God's people who really need you, who are looking and searching for something. We need to be on this plane. Instead of closing our eyes and kicking our feet up, we really need to be going to the throne of grace to make sure that we are pulling everything down from heaven before we get there. That is why I feel it is so disrespectful to God himself that you would even make that comment or say something like that, because that's pride. That has everything to do with you. And that whole thing, when did you ever put God first? You didn't put his laws into practice. Not only didn't you follow what he said for you to do as a husband in the Bible, but you also aren't doing all you can while your eyes are still eyeing, your throat is still throating, your breathing is still breathing. You still not putting him first. How pompous, how arrogant, how prideful. Don't like it.
No, I definitely agree with you. It's a tough situation to be in. And as somebody who has worked for the airline industry, I can't say that, unfortunately, I can't say that I've never seen it. And the most unfortunate part is the most I've seen it is with families.
That's horrible.
Where the mom is with the kids in the back of the plane fighting for their life. And it's usually small children, and the dad's just 3 rows, 4 rows ahead of them, usually getting like an exit row or something because he needed the leg room or whatever, and he just sleep and living his best life. And she got 2, 3 kids and trying to, pass snacks out and keep one from killing the other one and keep one from crying and juggling and apologizing and trying to figure out how to get the toddler to the bathroom while holding a baby on her hip. And he just...
That is horrible. He just relaxing. His vacation already started.
What a great flight. And he felt like because he put the stroller at the top of that jetway,
he did a miraculous thing.
Yep. And she back there living in hell.
Husbands, if you took an oath to God, the Father, and you are not treating your wife right, don't you think you're getting away with it, because you're not. And what God does is he doesn't just take things like physically material. He will allow things to happen to your health. He will allow things to happen in your family, all type of things. You better follow what the Lord said do. He did not give you a wife just to be a helpmeet. He gave you a wife to internally turn it around. She's your mirror. How you treat yourself, how you primp yourself, how you put yourself together, that is what you are supposed to be doing for her. And when you do not do that,
it shows up. It shows up. I saw a clip on social media that said that the husband sets the tone of the house, and that whatever you put in is what you get out. And so if you feel a certain type of way when you walk in your house, it's because that's what you deposited into the house.
Yeah, because it's a spiritual thing.
But I do want to make something very clear. My husband and I travel together, and we travel with our kids together. That's not my husband. When we travel together, if we have to split up for some reason, because again, I've worked for the airlines and we have had to fly standby and whatever the case may be, he will take a kid and I will take a kid, and we will switch up because obviously my older one is a lot easier to fly with. Because the little one, he want to talk. Good God, he want to talk. And he want to look out the window and point. And he'll talk to the person on the other side. We like, he trying to sleep. You got to hush.
Right.
Like, that kind of thing. And he need help and stuff. And so on the way there, he'll take the little one. I take the big one. On the way back here, I take the little one. He take the big. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't really fly like, well, we haven't started flying. We normally do our traveling by driving. But even just in those situations, like my husband and I, we get into arguments because we both are trying to overly look out for the other person. So it becomes a very stupid argument.
Who can serve the other one the most?
Yeah, like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'll take the 3 and then you take it. He's like, no, we got 5 boys, so I'll take the 5 and you just take it. And I'm like, no, that's too many. I'll take the 3 little ones, you take the 3. Those are the type of arguments. So I know that in this situation with it would be no question. It would be no question. If he had to choose, it would be, babe, you take first class and I got the back. Or it would be, hey,
how much is it for
an upgrade? I want my wife next to me.
That would be John. John would be like, Coach. How much is that upgrade?
How much for the upgrade?
He'd be, we gotta, we sitting together. How much is that upgrade?
Me and Ross be in the back like, okay, guys. We'll see you when you get there. Like, as long as we're together, that's fine. But if it was one over the other, it would be like it's all or nothing. Either we're both gonna upgrade, or we both just gonna sit back here and eat the peanuts or whatever, and you just gonna have a good time. But I think that it should be that you get married for that all or nothing. Like it's not one is over the other. That's not what it marriage was ever supposed to be. You're supposed to be one. Like partners together forever.
For sure.
So that's our what the flock moment.
What the flock?
Yeah. So
for sure.
Let's see. Where do we want to go from here? I'm thinking we should play a game called Wow. Have you ever had like a situation to where it literally will make you be like, wow, like that's
When
crazy.
somebody telling you a story, you start cutting them off like, wow.
Right, like wow, that's interesting. So wow is which one is worse? Which one's worse? So I am going to lead this one off, and you guys make sure you comment and let us know if you like how we're changing our format. We just want to do something different, bring a little bit more light to things, and not I can think the last couple episodes have been kind of like really like emotional and stuff.
And life changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reflective, if you will.
So we're trying to just lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So leave your comments and let us know, if you like it or your suggestions.
Yeah.
So the first thing on our WoW game is which one's worse? Lying to a friend, a spouse, or anyone, or deceiving them? Lying or deceiving, which one is worse?
Okay, run me through it. Give me an example, because to me, lies are deceptive.
They are deceptive, but there's also different. I think it would be different type of lies.
Okay, give me an example.
Okay, let's say, I ain't even prepared no examples. Okay, lying would be, I didn't take, babe, did you take my $100 out of the sock drawer? No, I ain't take $100 out of the sock drawer.
But I took it.
But you took it.
Okay, cool.
Deceiving would be, I took 100, babe, did you take $100 out of the sock drawer? No. In real life, you took the $100, but you put it back.
Oh.
I put it back. I did take it, but I put it back. So did I lie? Yeah. But then I kind of corrected my lie.
Gotcha. Well, my first thought is that the lie is worse because the $100 is still missing.
Mm-hmm.
But then my second thought is the deception is worse, because if you can cover your tracks that fast, then I can't trust you. Like
that would be me. The deceiving part is
man, you fast.
Yeah. I mean, quick on your feet too.
Yeah.
Because then it goes into like, now you've kind of brought me into your lie. Like,
and you making me feel like I'm crazy, because I know the last time I looked at $100 wasn't
it was
there.
Right. And
now you like count it. Right. I bet you it's there. And then you count it and you like, it is here. But nigga, I know I looked and it wasn't here.
So now you got me feeling and looking crazy.
No, that's worse.
That's worse.
Because you're not gonna make me sit up here and feel like I'm going crazy. And I know that $100 was meant. See, yep.
And I've been in them type of situations. And then an argument to start. And then it be like, the other person be like, see, I told you, yeah, you won't never trust me. And this, and this. And then it just be extra. And now you being so extra about, now I'm thinking like,
what happened? Something
had to happen, because why you doing all of this? Like, yeah. So I've been in both, but the deceiving part, it might be a little, I think that's a little bit worse.
And it's a little deep rooted, because it feels a little bit more intentional.
Right.
Because sometimes, and I know this has happened to me before, I'm gonna tell on myself. Sometimes you tell a lie and then you be like, why did I say that? And then you come back like, that wasn't the truth. Like, I don't know why I said that. You know what I'm saying? It was just the first thing that came to my mind, and then you correct yourself. But to be deceptive is like, there's intention behind it, and it's thought behind it. Yeah. And it's like you really had to like,
you have to plot that out. That's like premeditated.
It's premeditated. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
No,
it's premeditated.
I don't want to mess with you if you got that much time on your hands.
Yeah. And just being authentic, I've done both. I mean, as a child, I've definitely been deceptive, and then I've also outright lied. Yeah. And as an adult and things like that. But like, one is definitely worse than the other.
Yeah. And I don't think I want to ever be deceptive.
Right.
Like, I think I'm sure I have been deceptive. But I think I was deceptive by default because I was trying to cover up a lie because I was being prideful.
Right.
And I didn't want to admit that I had told the lie in the first place.
Yep.
And then you got to try to remember the lie. And then you start to like backtrack.
Yep.
And then now you stuck in it.
And that's why the 10 commandments are the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not lie. Because when you lie, it opens the door for this and this and that and that. And then before you know it, your feet just stuck and you planted in it and it ain't no getting out.
Yeah, it's nothing you can do.
So like, okay, so a lie scenario. What about if you go to your husband and you feeling real good? Like you feel like, oh, I'm that one. Yeah. And you get your new dress, your hair, your makeup, and you like, babe, in your mind, you didn't look at yourself in the mirror. You like, oh, that thing thumping, you know, and then you like, babe, how you think this make my butt feel? Do you want him to lie?
Yes. Yes.
You want him to lie?
Yes.
You want him to tell you the truth?
Lie to me. I want you to lie from the depths of your soul. Because
why
wouldn't you?
Because maybe that dress ain't hitting right and you want him to like,
it's on already. I'm not going to pick another outfit.
But what if another outfit it just set it all off and it really do thump like you wanted to thump?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen to me. It's a whole bunch of scenarios that would play into this.
Okay.
But if this is a situation where you saw me lay this outfit out yesterday, I had a plan. I felt like I was going to eat last night. I ironed it. I had the shoes to match. If I purchase something,
right?
I don't care if it's a necklace. If I purchase something in this outfit, there's no going back. We are committed. There's no taking nothing off. There's no changing nothing. There's no switching nothing out. I don't have no plan Bs. That's why I laid it out last night. You better lie.
Okay, so what
you better lie to my face.
So devil's, or why do we say devil's advocate?
I don't know. It is a horrible term now that you said it out loud.
Angel's expression. I don't know. We got to figure something else out. We got to change that one because I'm giving that Negro too much credit. Wrong. Anyway, Angel's expression. I don't know where that came from, but off the dome nugget. Anyway, what about if we tried it all? What if we just tried it on the night before? Like, babe, what you think?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes. If I'm trying something on and you're like, should I wear this tomorrow? Please be honest.
Oh, but so only if you open that door. But if you don't open that door, lie to me.
No. I may open the door after I have laid all. Listen, I need you to understand what is going to make the decision is the level of preparation.
Okay.
If I done went and got my hair done, if I done went and got my nails done, I done laid the outfit out. If I iron, I don't iron. If I ironed this, if I bought accessories, if I knew in my head this was gonna hit,
right?
Don't you tell me nothing else. Do you understand me? This hit like I thought it was gonna hit. And all I need you to say is, baby, you ate. That's it. Don't say nothing else to me. That's it. Now, if I'm trying to figure out what's gonna eat,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should wear this or this.
Okay.
And if we still in that phase,
okay,
please, by all means,
tell
be
me
honest,
the truth.
Interject, help me pick something else out, give me the this or that. Be all the honest you can be. But nigga, if I'm already dressed. Yeah. And if my eye color already matched this outfit,
oh man,
lie to me. Lie.
Well,
and I want you to tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah, that word goes so far, man. Just
not just you look nice.
You look nice.
No, that's beautiful. I want you to.
Horrible.
I want you to
tell nobody that they look nice.
I want you to tell
flowers look nice.
That this is the best I've ever. I want you to
cars
lie good.
Look nice.
I want you to lie good.
Inanimate objects look nice. Don't tell me I look nice. Baby, you are beautiful. If you don't know, you better go through the scripture and pull out something somebody done said to their wife, and you better tweak that chat GPT it and spit it back out at me like a whole new verse, like a
go
bar.
On Hallmark.com.
Okay.
And find something
I don't know.
Something. They got a mahogany line.
Listen.
They will tell you what to say to black people.
What?
Yes.
They got a black GPT? Chat GPT? Something like that?
Hallmark got black writers now.
Oh.
To say black things to black people. It's a blessing.
Is it?
Don't let this world. Everybody is trying to give you the tools to win.
You are.
Is
beautiful.
my point.
You are the apple of my eye. You could take these lines. I'm giving y'all free.
Well, don't overdo it so that I know you're lying though. That's the
no. Pick A, B, or C. Don't do all. This ain't D, all of the above.
But that's the thing. Don't be sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because then we gotta fight.
And then you just ruin the whole evening.
Yeah.
It's done with now. I don't want to go out.
So
don't sleep.
Once I put it on, don't be like, oh, you look cute. Oh, I look cute. Puppies are cute.
And then it kind of do be the men, because when you don't like stroke their ego, then they feel a type of way. But then they feel like they can just shoot you out something like, oh, you look nice, and that's gonna be good enough. But you not okay with how I look. Oh, you look nice. They be hurt. What you mean? I don't look better than nice. That's it.
I want you to lie. That's all. I just want you to lie. And I want this to be the best outfit I have ever picked.
And see, I'm different. I'd rather you tell me, because for me, if we're going to go out, I fully want to enjoy you. And if you don't like the way that I look, you're going to pretend to be okay. And then I'm going to notice you. And this is just for me and my I know my husband. So he's going to be uncomfortable, and I don't have a good poker face. Neither does he. So I can tell within his smile that his smile is really like, I'm having a good time. I'm happy that we out, but I'm not too, I don't like that for you. It's not doing nothing to me. And as his wife, I want him to, totally just not pay attention to nobody else, not look at nobody else, and just see me. So when we walk out that door, if he's happy with what he sees and he's all in and he's cheesing and smiling, then that's fine. I'll change the dress. I can wear this dress. If I think I'm thumping in this dress and you don't like it, I'll wear it out with my homegirls, with my cousins. Like, I could put this dress on again. But if it's me and you, I want you to be totally just breathtaking.
Smitten.
Yes, by me, period. So what I normally do is automatically I have like 3 outfits. Or just in case something don't pop, I always just have 3 just in case. So if he doesn't like that, I go and put on something else, and then I put on something else. Now, out of them 3 outfits, he always makes a choice, but I do give him a choice. Yeah, because I want you to tell me if you like it or if you don't like it.
Yeah, see, yeah, no.
So, we're similar, but we're different. This is the beautiful part about it.
But this is also 13 years
versus 3. So, it's a big
because I
difference.
used to be you.
Yeah. And in my first marriage, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care. So he makes me care. Like, I actually care about what you think and because of how he treats me, because he looks at me a certain type of way. He treats me a certain type of way. Like, it feels like he's just infatuated by me, and I want to keep that and hold that and harbor that as long as I can. So I'll do whatever I have to do to keep getting that response from you. But my first marriage, once you hurt my feelings, when I put on lingerie and you clown me, that was it. Now, whatever I got on, you're going to have to deal with it. Sweatpants, bleach shirt. It is what it is. I might have my hair done, might not. Nail might be broke. And I'm coming to your family functions and say something. Do something. Because I don't care now.
Right.
So.
Right. I think for me, first, I try to dress the event. Second, there's been a lot of weight gain and weight loss.
Okay.
And then third, the knee issues. So
which we both have, by the way.
There's been lots of knee surgeries between us.
Yes.
So there's been lots of iterations of my style, right? So with that, I think John, and I could be 100% lying. we haven't talked about my style in a very long time, so this could completely be made up. But I think that he still likes the way I used to dress,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally just can't.
Mm.
Like I can't wear the heels no more.
Yeah.
I can't squeeze into the stuff that he thinks is pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
when I hit, lie to me.
I gotta wear this dress because I gotta cover this stomach. So don't say nothing.
Just say you look beautiful. Just because you don't understand the hard work that went into this right here.
Because I know what dress you want me to put on, and I'm gonna look like a stuffed sausage in it. So please, just just accept the offering. Listen, that I am
y'all
presenting
can't see her, but I have to tell her all the time. There is nothing wrong with this baby's body. She is absolutely stunning from the inside and out. She is, but then as women, y'all know that we look at ourselves differently than the world sees us, and that's her problem.
And it's the transition of, I saw me 25 years ago, so there's a comparison there that other people don't see. So, and it's not that, again, it's not that I mind what I look like now. Mm-hmm. It is the expectation of what I used to wear versus what I
can now. And look, it feel comfortable in now.
I'm not going to put no maxi dress on.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Cause we got one. Go back. We got a matching one. She going to put that doggone maxi dress on because we wearing it together.
I bet you I'm not.
We stay tuned because I'm taking pictures.
I bet you I'm not.
She's putting it on.
I bet you I'm not.
And she's going to look so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
I bet you I'm not.
Like I said, stay tuned. We'll see. Anyway.
Okay.
So the next one is on our wow. Which one is worse? Ignoring the needs of someone or manipulating someone's need to fit your own agenda? Do you just ignore their needs and just bump it? Or do you take their needs, twist it and turn it to fit what you want and what you need?
That's a really tough one.
And is it possible that it's needed to do either one? Is there ever a time where it's a need to ignore someone? Is it ever a time to where you need to kind of manipulate somebody into your needs being put first? Which one's worse? It's like a 4-part question.
Right. So I'm gonna talk my way to an answer.
Gotcha.
This is what I do in real life.
Yes.
I don't like the word manipulation.
Okay.
Because I don't think you should have to manipulate anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there are times where you
influence, is that better? Or change?
You do have to. There are times where influence will play a part, but you have to change yourself in order to change someone else. You can never change someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are times where you will have to stop your actions, and maybe your inaction will cause someone to move, right? But I don't necessarily think that that's manipulation. I think that that is boundaries. With that said, if you are manipulating someone, I think that's egregious.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's my answer.
Ignoring.
I have been in a situation, but I also think it's where you come from and what you've experienced and what your non-negotiables are. The way to piss me off is to ignore me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't speak, nigga. I almost threw a hot cup of coffee on my neighbor this morning.
Oh my goodness. I think I witnessed that.
Because I got out the car and I said, good morning. And he looked me dead in my face and kept on walking. And I said, good morning. And he looked again and I said, oh, I guess not then.
That's what I heard. I heard I guess not.
And then I thought about popping the lid on that Starbucks cup and just And then the Holy Ghost
Singe, all you hear is
and then the Holy Ghost was like, why would, but what would you get from that? And I was like seeing his face melt, but then I got to go to jail. So, why would you do that? So then I was like, let me go on in the house,
Yeah.
But I personally cannot stand being ignored. Like, I would rather have an argument with somebody or like when my kids do it, like I'm talking to you and they just be like, and they start, I will kill you. Yeah, I will kill you where you stand. So, but I think that's worse for me because that's a trigger for me. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, me being ignored, it depends on, I think for me, it depends on who's ignoring me. If it's somebody that I really, I don't care, then I don't care. But if it's like my kids and I'm telling you to do something and you don't want to hear it, so you, oh yeah, that's a problem. Or if I'm saying something to someone about my feelings and I care about them and I'm telling you how I feel or I'm being vulnerable and then you're ignoring that.
Oh, I'll kill you.
That is
I will kill you where you stand.
Oh, that's a like.
If I'm vulnerable.
Oh yeah.
And I open up to you.
I'm
and
telling you right now.
I will never ever. For me, I will put you in a box and light it on fire.
Miralax. I am going to mix Miralax in your water. And I mean 2 cups with the purple top. And I am going to serve you the best extra strength laxative you can find. And while you're sitting there taking the dump of your life, I'm going to be at the door with spray and you're going to hear everything that I have to say. Since you wouldn't do it willingly, I'm going to make you listen to me. Because do not ignore my vulnerability. I am not all that saved yet.
And see, I'm the exact opposite.
Don't ignore my vulnerability.
If you ignore my vulnerability, I will never talk to you again.
And see, it depends. It depends who it is.
No,
for me, it does.
For me, it does not.
And maybe it shouldn't, but it does.
It does not.
Because if it's somebody I gotta put up with, like on a regular basis, like family, if I gotta see you,
vulnerability, I don't owe you my vulnerability. No. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And you will never get it again. And I mean that from my toenails.
And see, you won't get it again, but you're going to hear what I have to say. And once again, that's a trigger for me because I felt and I've constantly felt as if my voice hasn't been heard. So I'm trying to be finally heard and you are going to finally hear me because if not,
right. But
I'm going to Miralax the crap out. You will be okay.
Yeah.
You will be okay. I promise you will be. I will never do anything to put your system at that much of a risk. But baby, if you don't, we got smoke.
I get it.
We severely have smoke.
I get it. But the level of disrespect that falls in for me, the level of disrespect, or if I'm talking to you and you clock out on me, never again. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. If you find people asking me, how come you didn't tell me? How come you didn't tell me that was going on? How come you didn't understand that they're asking those questions because I put them in the box.
Yep. I get that, or I get that. I for sure get that.
Because there was a point where I was talking to you about something and either you completely ignored what I was saying.
Yeah.
You made it about you.
Yeah.
Or you completely ignored me. And
so there's no need for me to
why even come. Why am I talking to you?
And then you get upset. Like, you should have told me. Why in the world would you think that you would be the first person that I called or that I told this to?
Absolutely not.
When I tried to open up to you about countless other things and you ignored me, like not just ignored me, but like you ignored me, you shut me out, you closed your ears, you've done. It takes a lot to ignore somebody.
It takes work.
So you worked at,
and you were intentional about making sure that my vulnerability was not received. I'll do you one better. I just won't offer it
at all. Yeah.
So have a great day. And don't get me wrong. We'll be cool.
Oh yeah, I can still talk to you. Hey, how you doing?
We'll hang out.
All of that.
Oh yeah.
I just will never open my heart to you like that.
How's the life?
You don't. You don't get that. You will not get that
Negative.
access from me ever again.
Negative.
And it doesn't, and I think once again, that's something that people don't understand. That's not disrespectful. That's you protecting yourself and your peace. It's a boundary. Yep. Absolutely. I don't have to, if you burn me once, I don't have to get burned again. Like once, sometimes certain lessons, once is enough.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes we don't understand that that's okay, to where you don't have to go back. Yeah, we are to forgive people, but he ain't never say that we supposed to keep putting ourselves in them same situations over and over again. Correct. That's not what that is.
Correct. So moral of the story is, I guess my answer is,
yeah,
it's worse for you to ignore me than to manipulate, because the second I am ignored, then that's game.
And that's hard for me because it's both. Ain't no or for that one. You can just X or out. Like it's both.
I mean, true. It's because, but I think it's a better chance of you getting away with manipulation than it is with ignore, because I can see you ignoring me.
I mean, but even the change part, like you trying to change me or influence me to be somebody else than what I am, that kind of means that I wasn't your cup of tea to begin with. So would I rather you ignore me and do me a favor by not entertaining me than to entertain me to try to change or influence me to be something different?
That's true.
I think that part, that for me might be a little bit worse.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'd rather you just tell me I'm not your cup of tea, and then we all be done.
And then we'll be done with it, or just don't speak to me at all. You can ignore me, period, and I can let my mind wander.
Right, but you're right. But trying to fit me into what you want me to be, that's tough.
Yeah. I don't know which one is worse, and for me, it depends on the person. I lied. No, that change part, I don't care who you are. That part don't matter. I lied. So that wasn't right.
I was about to say we could probably go back and forth with this one for a long time.
So that part,
because we're the type of people that people want to change.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Most black sheeps are, by the way.
Yeah. So if we don't fit into the normal mold of what society says.
Nope, never will.
Acceptable.
Yep.
And so we experience that sort of scenario more often than not.
Yeah.
So
you want to do one more, or you want to move on?
We're running out of time.
Okay, so let's go to our next segment, our last segment, which would be
Sheep Happens.
Sheep Happens.
So I was all over the internet this week, as you can tell.
She is the internet connoisseur. She just sent me the videos, and I'd be like, dang, or oh, or dang, I didn't even get that one. I'm so old. Like I'm stuck back in the 2000s. MySpace is still my jam, and Crush Spot. So did I just tell my age?
Did you say Crush Spot?
I did say Crush Spot.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody else that.
Y'all, I'm not gonna edit this part out. I didn't put it out there, but MySpace and Crush Spot, that was my jam.
MySpace?
Yeah, I like to. You can finesse your background. We can't do that with nothing else. You can't even do that with your phone. It's stuff that you could do on MySpace that you couldn't even do with your phone.
Yeah, if you worked for Microsoft and you learned all the coding and PC
I ain't seen not a Facebook page be freaked out how you used to freak out MySpace.
My point is, you could only do that to MySpace if you understood coding.
Like, then I must understand coding, because my page. I listen, y'all. I'm trying to get into my MySpace page to this day, because that junk was dope. I'm pretty sure it was Pretty Willie was the last thing I had playing when you came to my account.
Pretty,
and he saved now. That ain't his name no more.
Jesus. Pretty Willie?
Yeah, I loved him.
Okay,
I did.
Okay,
and until I looked at him, it was just. I'm sorry.
We go in that. Okay. So I heard this clip. I'm going to stop it short of her opinion because I just want the question, but I want to know what you guys think about it.
Y'all, a lot of conversations this week. Clients, friends, a lot of us are struggling to feel loved. Oof. I talked to a client 15 years in her marriage, and she said she honestly has never truly felt loved in a relationship. And I said, well, when did you really start feeling not loved? And she said, on the honeymoon. Then another person said that even in their family, they don't feel celebrated. They just feel tolerated. And I said, Lord, what is happening for us to feel like we're struggling to feel loved? And this is the download.
So the question that I'm posing is, in the course of your life, have you struggled with feeling loved? And not necessarily in your marriage, but just in life.
Absolutely. I've often not felt like I was deserving of love because how I was treated by family. I think for me, that's where you kind of get the senses of what love really is through your family. They're your first contact to what love is really about. Your mother, your father, your siblings. That's how you really get to see love happens. And if you're from a broken home, single parent, or you are in a 2-parent household and they're fighting and they're arguing, your concept of love and what it looks like is sincerely jaded.
Yeah.
So yeah. Dang, but on her honeymoon, dog.
That's tough. Girl, you should have got that annulled.
Oh,
if you didn't feel loved
on your honeymoon,
then that
maybe he took her to the Motel 6 or something. Maybe she felt like where he took her or where they went wasn't.
If you felt like that, then you should have got it annulled.
Golly.
I will say this as I look back over my life. See, it's always a song playing in my head.
She about to truly say, go ahead.
Right. I think that I've always felt love. But as I've gotten older, I have been able to okay, follow me for a second. This is gonna sound crazy, but I also like when I feel things, I can also see them. So I look at love, and love is like this big ball of emotion, right? And I can feel love as an entity, right? So this I'm good with. But then when you start to peel back the layers of love, that's when it starts getting murky for me. Because I can feel love in its totality, like in its total form, but like I don't think I've ever really felt security, and I don't think I've ever really felt protection.
See, and I don't really know if I've ever felt the difference between what love is versus what just caring for somebody is. Like, what is the difference between those feelings? I've often felt
the only thing
cared for, like an obligation. Like I felt like I was an obligation more than love.
The only thing I have to compare it to is my children.
But see, I love my children in a way that I haven't felt.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
So that's my, once I had children, that was my barometer.
Right.
To be like, oh, this is love.
Right.
Because I love my children.
Right.
And then that's when it was like, okay, have I felt love before? And I have. I think I know my parents love me. I know my husband loves me. I know
I got it.
I know I have been loved by others before. I know my best friend loves me. I know you love me. I know that there are people who love me.
Right.
But there are pieces that come with love that I don't know.
Everybody loves at different degrees.
Right.
There's different levels to everybody's love, and love from different people, for me, it hasn't all felt the same. It's not that they don't love me, but they all love the love that I felt from different people have been on all different type of levels, which has been confusing because which one is right?
I don't think there is a right. I think that's the point. I think that I think that the point is, well, the only love that's perfect is God's, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And so you'll never feel that love except from
Right.
the Father.
Right.
But I think that the love that mimics his love on earth is the love that you have for your children. And the love that becomes closest or supposed to is the love that the romantic love that you have for your spouse.
But I can't love
But then
everybody the way that I love my children, because sometimes it's not received, or it's not, I forgot what I was
but see,
the specific thing is not necessarily received that same way, or it's
but the love from your children isn't always received though. I mean,
no, I'm saying the love that I have, that I'm giving to my children, in that sense, I know for sure growing up their age, I didn't receive or feel that type of love. And it's even from them expressing to me how they love me and how much they love me.
Yeah.
Even that aspect of it, I didn't have that.
Right.
So all of that's totally different. And then that type of love is going to be different than how a spouse loves me, or
right.
And that I'm yet learning. And then how friendships, and that I'm yet learning. So there's all these different type of degrees of love.
But even when you think about your children, you know, their love can be considered conditional as well. Because if you start taking stuff and you start being a disciplinarian and you know you start putting your foot down, then it's I hate you and door slamming. And
but those are, to me, that feels like, and this is just me, those are words, because at the end of the day we even do it to God, like, God, I love you, but I'm mad at you, I'm angry at you, but it doesn't change the degree of my love. It just I'm upset, I'm mad, I'm angry. I still love you, but I'm just mad and I'm angry at you. And how could you?
Mm-hmm.
But that love is still, the love is still there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's very interesting.
That's a tough question.
It's a very tough, it's a tough question for me, especially because I'm yet learning. It's like I had to wipe I have a blank page now. So I have to learn myself. I have to learn other people and how I look at them, how I respond to them, what I accept, what I don't accept, my boundaries. Mm-hmm. I'm now learning how to love and how to accept love and how to give love through boundaries, which I didn't have before.
Yeah.
So it looks differently now to me.
And starting over.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for me, I think I have a really good foundation because like I said, I felt love from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And my father is a nutcase. But I love him, and I know that my father loves me. I know that my mother loves me. And, you know, although their love may not have necessarily been conventional, the older I got and when I had my own children, I understood the place that they were coming from.
Yeah.
And it made it make more sense to me.
And I know now that I know now that she loves me, but I know that she could only love me
in the way that she knew how to love me.
So now I understand.
Yeah, and love takes understanding.
Yeah.
So but again, when you talk
my
about,
daddy don't give a crap about me. It's hope. Listen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Nah, my daddy don't care. Not my biological, not my bonus dad. That's, you know, that's my dog.
100 grand.
Yeah, but my biological father, no. But I know for a fact that he could love me too. He just his way of showing it, or his toxic amount might be a 10% when my mom's is at 95. And I don't know. I don't know. But I know for a fact that my mom loves me. But I had to learn that as I grew. I did not understand it as a child. I am walking into that understanding of love and that journey of love. Yeah. So I am so happy that you didn't experience my traumas and things, and you know for sure what that feels like. That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yep. I have a great foundation when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And I will say that in everything that I've experienced in life, I was always able to find love in every situation that I've been in. And every situation that I've been in has not been ideal.
Right.
And I've made some decisions that has put myself in some compromising situations.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that the situations that I was in lacked love.
Right.
It probably just wasn't the best for me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But
love was present.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there are other pieces of it that lacked. And I am starting to learn the difference between, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can love me, but that doesn't mean that just because you love me that the love is complete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm learning that, that's the piece of it that is like, I can see where now in other situations where the incomplete love is like, that's where it's like, okay, I understand now that you loved me, but two things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
That you can love me, but you can also lack in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't diminish or deplete your love for me, but that also doesn't mean that you are supplying in this area.
Yep.
Right.
That's very true.
So that's tough that somebody says that they like love, because that's a reach, that they have never felt love like on their wedding day. That's tough.
Yeah, that's real tough.
Because that's when you're supposed to feel the most love.
Yeah. But then again, love, like, and lust, I call them triplets.
Very true. And you really don't know what you feeling until you're not feeling it.
And if your foundation has been shook and your foundation is rocky and you ain't experienced any type of real love, baby, you don't know which twin you laying down with and getting up with in the morning.
That's very true.
So that's probably a lot of what she's going through.
That's very true. I didn't think about that. And a lot of times people think that they want to experience love and they really want to experience love.
Yeah. Or they just cool with liking. I really, really like you. Because like means that there is that parameter. There's a boundary. I'm not going all the way to lust. I ain't going all the way to love. I'm like kind of dead smack in the middle and I'm good here. I just like you. I don't really want to get to know too much, but I don't not want to know enough. It's the triplets. They'll get you every time.
Yep.
So.
Very much so.
Well, this was fun.
This was.
I like this little format.
Me too.
This was amazing, you guys.
I agree. So, that's a wrap. Finally Heard.
That's
family.
A wrap.
As always, remember to send us your questions, your shareable stories, and your testimonies about your Black sheep experiences. Also, leave a comment and let us know how you feel about the new format.
Yes.
If you like it, if you don't, if you have
like
any suggestions. I like
it's
it too.
Nice.
If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Or if you have any constructive criticism, just let us know.
Keyword constructive.
Amen.
Amen. Glory.
Don't forget, if you would like to become a sponsor, please submit your request at admin@finallyherd.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at Finallyherd.
Numbers are important.
Absolutely. On all social media outlets. Our views, especially on YouTube and Spotify, are very important, but our likes are just as important.
Yeah.
And our shares are just as important. So if you're getting to the end of this episode and you have listened to us, please like the episode.
It's one click away.
It's just one click.
Just one click.
Don't forget to like the episode.
Don't forget to click.
Because we are trying to monetize these pages.
Yes.
And we cannot do that without you. So we appreciate your support.
Thank you guys.
And we need your help. So continue to like, share, and subscribe on everything that you see. Also, don't forget, we drop a new episode every Monday. So tune in, invite a friend or two or 8. post us on your pages.
Yeah.
And
Share. Like.
You will see us everywhere because we are everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you want to be, like American Express.
Oh, I like that.
Hey.
I like that one. You have to use that on the next one. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We ain't for these streets though. I heard something in the spirit. Don't do that. We ain't everywhere like that. We just don't do that. Don't let the devil use you.
That's
anyway,
hilarious.
I don't like that at all.
So thank you for listening to the Finally Heard podcast.
Thank you, guys.
I'm your girl E.
And I'm Bree.
And we are the ones that he came back for.
He sure enough did.
Until next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.